it's Teresa with ReStixin.com, and it is Christmas Eve. After all of that work and hustle and getting sick and holiday parties, I am finally done with this tree. Although, I don't know, is a crafter ever really done? I already have this itch to put like a big hat on the top as my star topper with a giant pom-pom. So maybe that'll show up in our home tour next year, but for this year, I'm done. And so I wanted to give you a close-up look of this tree that we've been working so hard on, as well as take you on a little tour around the rest of my house to show you what the 6 trees that came before this are looking like now. This is tree number 7, and I don't think I'm slowing down. I still have a lot more ideas for the upcoming years. It's just too much fun. So let me take you on a closer look and show you what I've got going on here. This is one of the first additional trees we ever did. So it's one of the few trees that has ornaments I didn't make on it. But this is our 12 Days of Christmas tree. And my favorite part of this is, well, one, the garland, but also I love all of these little cross-stitched pears I made. I didn't design these ones, but I made them and I just love them so much. This is my Christmas sweets tree. All of the tutorials for this are on the blog. This was the most recent themed tree I did. And this one I always put up right next to the kitchen with all that candy and gingerbread. It just seems like the perfect place. We call this tree the Woodland Christmas tree. I made this one year and just imagined what a Christmas tree would look like if all the little forest creatures got together to decorate and celebrate. So lots of feathers and wood and stuff that you would find in a little woodland glen. We call this tree the Snowfall Tree because every ornament on it is meant to mimic falling snow or snowflakes or icicles. And doing this tree is what really first taught me about dimension and all of my different Christmas decorating philosophies. There's lots of different little crystals on this tree. Some right there at the tip of the branch. And then some that go all the way back to the very deepest branches. This is my nativity tree. Along with all the trees, I also collect nativities. This is a very tender part of the year for me, and it's very close to my heart. So I made a tree to commemorate my feelings of faith. And then I put it, of course, right next to the big nativity collection. A lot of these nativities I did make myself as well. I've collected a whole bunch over the years, but I wasn't content ever to just buy something when I could take my hand at it as well. This is our family traditions tree. It's the only actually live tree we have in the house. You need at least one for the smell, but who can pay for 7 real Christmas trees every year? There wouldn't be any presents if we did it that way. So this is the one where we put all of our special, most tender family ornaments. Here's Addie's little footprints. There's my wedding picture back there. I love to put full-size pictures, and then you just have the faces of all the people you love peeking out from the branches and lit up by twinkle lights. It's magical. So this year we have some big additions now that Addie's in school and bringing ornaments home. We have this little one where with his little fingerprints he made us all reindeer, and Atticus is Rudolph, which just made me burst into tears. Of course, he's my little Rudolph. and then we have this elf one here. This was actually just an art project, but when he brought it home, I fell so in love with it. I just put it straight in the car and ran to Kinko's and laminated it because I just think it might be the single cutest thing I've ever seen in my life. So now his little elf self is hanging on our Christmas tree, and it just makes me so happy. This is the tree that will continue to grow as our family does, with new family pictures, with new pictures of friends and ornaments that are gifts from friends. And so this is the one where my heart is. This is all the sentimental parts of Christmas to us. So even though I think some of the other themes are really eye-catching and beautiful and fun, this is the one, if I could only have one, that I would keep. This little display is where we put our collection of our first Christmas ornaments. This is totally dorky and sappy, but it really means a lot to us and our family. Every year we buy a new Our First Christmas ornament. This one is our 14th. We bought these little ice skating bears this year. And I think by next year, this collection is actually gonna need a tree of its own because things are starting to tilt with the weight. We've been married a long time. But we do this because we want to stay like newlyweds forever. We want to always be as in love as we were our first Christmas together. So every Christmas we get a new ornament to to kind of celebrate that goal and to keep us on it. So thanks for joining me, everybody, on not just today on this Christmas tour, but all of the tutorials that we've been doing this month and last month. It's been Christmas around here for a while, but I have had such a great time coming up with all these ideas and making all of these beautiful things to celebrate the season. That's one of the reasons why I got so caught up in all of this decorating, is because I love going big for Christmas. I love making this a place where people can gather and celebrate, but by doing it all in the decorations, we're keeping the presents a little more minimal. And so that makes Christmas about the time that we spend together as we're making these things, the times we spend with our friends at these parties where we've shared this environment we've created for them. And I just love that way of celebrating Christmas. So it's a way of having abundance, but in the things that really bring me joy. So thanks for being with me throughout all of this. I hope that I've given you some inspiration throughout this holiday season to make something for yourself and bring a little of that ritual into your life and share the love that you have for your friends and family with every stitch and something you make. Be sure and subscribe to the channel, because this is just one of my big schemes. I have so much more coming up once the new year gets started that you are not going to want to miss. So stay tuned, subscribe to the channel so you don't miss it. Everyone have a very Merry Christmas, a very happy holiday, whatever you're celebrating with your friends and family. I hope you are surrounded by people you love and that love you back. And we'll see you next time. Bye-bye.